So you're gonna go ahead and flip it over. I already pulled back the rubber tabs here in all four corners. Now you have 6 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're gonna wanna take a scalpel and just expose that through the label on each one. And then they will pop off. Once you unscrew them all, they are a star bit. I have an assortment right here. And the size on this is a 20, if that makes sense. All right, go ahead and flip it over and let's pull the shell off now. Okay, now that we have that exposed here, we have the hard drive and disk drive. Now we're gonna wanna go ahead and get the hard drive out of the way. So we're gonna have to unplug this wire here. There's a little, it's gonna look like you might break something, but you won't. It just pops right out. You just push that little clip and pops right out. And then you just have one star bit right there. And then this wire right here, you're gonna wanna untangle it out of there. Usually once that's unplugged and that's unscrewed, this will just pop out and I can just set it off to the side. If you're wondering, that screw there, that star bit, that's a 10 bit right here. And then you will need an extension to get down to those lower ones there, which I have right here. Pull that out of the side. Now let's go ahead and remove the disk drive with the T10 Star Bit. Now that that's pulled up there, I just pulled out this little white end of this wire here out of that part for the DVD drive. And then I'm going to pull this out as well so I can just remove the whole thing, get it off to the side so we can work. Also, it'd be a good time to mention, make sure the power is off. Nothing is plugged in before you do any of this. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take out the board. I got a few screws in here I gotta back off. Got my capacitors over here. And I'm going to unclip all these. This one, this one, this one, this one, that one, and then the fan back here. And that should be good. Once I back those out, I can pull the board out. Okay, now I got everything unplugged, got all the screws out. I also had to do these two back here. Now this should just lift right out and pull back towards the front. Like that, nice and easy. I'll need 2 hands here just to get around those wires, but it's loose now. All right, I have the 3 GPU capacitors here. You can see the one is leaking on top. This one's bulged. Might as well do this one while I'm at it. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of those. I have the 3 replacements right here I got from Console 5, the website there with Xbox replacement capacitors of pretty good quality. I hear a lot of people talking about them. These are the 6.3 volt 3300. So what I did is I went ahead and unclipped that on top just to make more room there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and heat up the back side and get that loose so I can pull them up. I went ahead and flipped that over and I located the back side here, here, and here. So I've got my soldering iron here. I'm just gonna go heat that up, loosen it up, and then I can pull them out. All right, I had to kind of work at it, heated it up in the back. The one popped right out, the other one I had to kind of work at, but came right off. So I'm just gonna work both ends now. Heat that up now and get the holes opened up. And there we have it, all cleaned out. I had to kind of fight for that one. The solder was being pretty stubborn, but I finally got it out. So I've got my new 3300 6.3 volt capacitor. I'm going to stick it in. It's directional, so you're going to want to go in this way, just like these two. You can see on the side the white line. So I'm going to pop that in just like so. And those will be changed out as well, but I'm just getting the one done. Usually I just bend the legs back in opposite ways to hold it in place while I flip it over. And now I can go ahead and solder. I applied some flux on there. Now I'm going to need two hands here to go ahead and solder this. All right, for a rookie, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to go ahead and clip the ends off there, make it nice and flush. And there we have them all cut up and soldered in there. I'm going to go ahead and rotate this. And you can see the one in place now. I'm going to go ahead and do these later on, but I just wanted to show you how to do it. I'm going to go ahead and throw a little thermal paste on there and get that all back together. And then I'll get it all wrapped up and squared away. Just testing it out before I screw everything all back in. But it fired right up, no problem. Nice nostalgic playlist here. Now I'm going to go ahead, put everything back in the way I took it out, plug everything back in, and we should be good to go. All right, got it all back together and we're all set. Hope this helps with whatever problem you have. If you have the same one I did,